Okay, so we've got a postscript. The postscript, and we're dedicating this to the millennials because all of a sudden now, when I was getting kind of older or worrying about it, all of a sudden there were millennials. And I thought millennials are so gorgeous, they're so young, they're so beautiful. But now I saw some millennials and they've aged into like a dumpy characterization of themselves. It was deplorable almost. I was like, millennials, you got to pick it up. You got to be a little bit more whatever, successful. You have to have ownership, have to have a little bit more of the ownership. But, I'm just a dog. I'm an imbecilic dog, so I may or may not be right on this issue. But the thing that I was wondering about when, they had the Generation X, they had the Generation Y, and I was wondering which ones of these people are doing any good, which ones of these are doing any count, and I thought back to the millennials because that was the thing you did when you were, when you were an older kind of a person and you were, but you still felt kind of young and kind of decent, but then they were talking about millennials and then you were like the millennials. And then they became the Generation X and the Generation Y. And I was wondering the whole time, the thing that I was really wondering was, can you really make an elegant postscript without seeming passé? That was what I was worried about. Because this was the postscript. And the interesting thing about the postscript is, believe you or not, the stinky jean concept took off. And the horrible thing was the man had already sold for $1,300. He had probably spent somewhere less than $10,000, but probably somewhere in the vicinity of $5,000 plus on his business of stinky jeans. He wanted to sell melodious, skunky, skanky, earthy, of the people, unwashed Kentucky denim jeans. And he lived in Kentucky, so that's why it became Kentucky. And he thought Kentucky had more of like he thought Kentucky was like it would be okay for the Northeast and it would be okay for the Southern, Both, Kentucky's in the middle, so they thought, people in West Virginia or Tennessee may not like us that much, or Indiana, but, you get up in New York and New Hampshire, where kind of Kentucky's like in the middle of the road. And then you get down there to Georgia, and Florida always liked us. Alabama likes us, so, we were thinking it would be okay because, it would be universal, so to speak. Like Kentucky is right in the center, so everybody would know, Kentucky, yeah, unwashed Kentucky denim jeans. It'd be kind of cool, everybody like, yeah, look, you check out my new fragrance. You'd be like, oh my God, it smells like you left oatmeal in a car for a week. What is that? And they would be like, I got Kentucky unwashed denim jeans. The man never made a cent. He sold out for $1,300. He took like an excess of a $4,000 bath. And then the people, they got rich. I mean, they made somewhere in the neighborhood of $175,000, but they owned Kentucky unwashed denim jeans, and they, unwashed Kentucky denim jeans. They trademarked it, and they sold it to the people who used to make Jordache. And I mean, you were talking about $1 billion industry. And the funny thing was, the man didn't even mind. He's like, I launched it. I was the one, That was my idea. I finally hit a home run. And I was like, yeah, you hit the home run, but it's like you ran the wrong way and they subtracted a point, It didn't happen. We didn't get no money. And the man said, hey, I left my mark and I had my 15 minutes of fame. And I looked at him, I said, 15 minutes of fame, my ass. No one knows who you are. What are you kidding me? You sold out for $1,300. No one knows who you are. He goes, I know who I am. Don't you think I don't know? I hit a home run, baby. It's my idea. I finally got one to go out. Yeah, that's right. I finally did, dog. I finally made it. I was like, jeez almighty. That's like if you buy a stock for $1 and you sell it, you sell it and it's like $4, and you're like, ooh, that's pretty good. And then it goes to $450. You're like, ooh, I don't know. Maybe I made an error. Maybe that didn't work out so good for me. But the postscript was that Kentucky unwashed denim jeans became $1 billion industry. And the man, even though he didn't get anything, except for like minus $4,700, he got minus $4,700 on the deal. He knew that it was his idea, and he was so proud because, when you're oxygen deprivation, you got to come up on the outside lane. You got to make a surprise sprint at the end to win a race. And the man thought, like, holy shit, I actually won. I left my mark. And no one would know, but the man was like, whatever. I did it. I'm proud of that. And I was like, yeah, a hell of a lot of good it's going to do you. Maybe you and a boatload of popes could row across the creek and play some pinochle, on the other side. They're going to have 2 retired popes. Maybe you could get the current pope once this guy retires, and you and 3 popes could row across the creek and go play a game of pinochle. I'll set the board up for you, okay? That's the same thing, That's exactly, how important it was, or how likely that anybody would ever know you had anything to do with it, Maybe you could go and get a pinochle game going with 3 popes, and first you would take a little small rowboat and row across the creek and scurry up the side up the muddy footpath. And up there'd be a card table, a square card table, and you could sit down and you and the popes could play some pinochle, and that would be good for you.